Hi, welcome to Drawing with Mr. Lawrence. Today we're designing a machine to wrap millions of presents, and I'm calling it the wrappinator. Let's start with a sheet of paper. We're going to sketch a very light margin. Let's practice our freehand. You could always tidy this up at the end using a ruler if you want to. I am going to let you to use a ruler and measure down 3 centimetres and draw a very light line all the way across the page. This is a reference line we'll be using quite a bit, so it's important to get it right. Alright, so the story starts with a chute. Let's draw a box like that. This is going to be my chute, and coming down out of the chute onto this platform will be a bear. There he is. Nice and quick. So you can show that he's fallen down by some lines like this and maybe some speed lines. So there he is, fallen down onto here, and we need some sort of mechanism to push all the toys along here towards what will be the wrappinator. How should we do that? Let's draw a big wheel here. Let's draw a foot. We're going to connect the foot to the wheel with a little rod there. So what's happening, as the wheel turns around, this end of the rod goes around with it. That's called rotary motion. But this end of the rod will move backwards and forwards. That's called reciprocating motion. And the foot will slide this bear along and they'll all get pushed along together. I'm going to go ahead and draw the rest of the toys on here, waiting to go into the wrappinator. Next, we're going to start from this corner. We're going to measure across about 8 centimetres. Going to come down about 5. And then we're going to sketch in a light rectangle. Alright, you guys have seen my tutorial on robot arms, so let's add a couple of robot arms here. We'll make this one bend out to the left a little. They look busy if they're nice and bent, so let's go like that. Some sort of little grabbers, make up your own. Alright, so that's roughly, and this will be the wrappinator. So the pets move along here into the wrappinator and come down through another chute and they're wrapped. Now, let's add a box. So let's draw a kind of Christmas looking box here, a package, and out of that let's draw kind of panda-shaped head, panda ears, panda eyes, kind of ones like that with a circle, a little nose, and it'll look like a kind of anchor under that. Let's draw his arms coming up over there. Alright, so there's our panda in our box. Maybe this box has some openings, and let's make this one look like it's open coming towards you. So there we go, there's our box. So our panda has just come down into the box and is about to be wrapped by the wrappinator. I'm going to jump forward and colour this, and I'll see you in a sec. So you can see I've coloured the wrappinator. Now it's time to decide whether you want it to be curved at the front or a flat piece of metal. To be curved, darken at the outsides and then go lighter towards the middle, darker towards the outside. Kind of gives the impression that it's curved towards you a little bit. If you want to go the flat treatment, here's what you do. Grab an eraser, put it along your rule, and provided you've shaded nice and lightly, do a thick light line and then a skinny one a little bit closer, maybe another one over here. Okay, right beside those light lines, just really lightly with a ruler, pick them up like that. It kind of looks flat. Now after I've finished that, I'm going to add some very thin, with a sharp pencil, thin line with a few rivets to make it look a bit industrial. So you can, there's really no rules here, you can add whatever panels you like, just add some lines, some rivets around the outside. Let's make this look like a round shoot, as I said before. Darken at the edges, towards the middle, and there you go. So, there's the wrappinator. Next thing we'd like to do is to transport, now that the toys have come down to here, we need to transport the wrapped gifts across this way. So let's add a little line across here, maybe halfway across the page. I'm going to draw a wheel, and you can see this is going to be a conveyor belt. So let's draw that one in. I know they look a little rough, but there's nothing quite like the quality of a hand-drawn line, especially if we're learning to draw really quickly. All right, so here's our conveyor belt. Let's draw another gift along here a little bit. Here's one that's been wrapped, including ribbon. To do the bow, just plan your bow like that, thicken it in a little bit, some lines like that. Maybe you've got the end sticking out. All right, so we've got a gift, and they travel in this direction until they reach the end, where they're going to reach a tipping point like this. And then let some little marks like this look like it's tipping. So what next? Let's guide that down an inclined plane. You could think of it as a ramp. So they're going to come to this point. Then the gifts are going to fall. We're going to draw the Christmas train that the gifts all go into. So come down near the bottom of your page and give me a line. Come up roughly 1/2 centimetre. Give me another line. Make sure they're parallel. Those two lines are your tracks. You could darken those in if you want. So they're the railway tracks. And on those, we're going to need a carriage. So I think probably maybe this long. So on top of your tracks, draw a very light rectangle about the size that you want. Going to need to bring a line up from the tracks. From this side, slope a line in and slope a line in. That's going to be the outside. Let's darken that in. Actually, we're going to need some wheels. So let's draw a wheel down here. 1, 2. A hub and some spokes, straight up and down, across and sloping. Good enough. Now, next we might, let's make this a little bit industrial looking, so we'll draw a lip at the top and thicken the metal up at the bottom. Let's do the same at the sides. Let's draw one straight up and down here, and one going from corner to corner. Might just add a few little rivets to make it look like it's bolted or riveted together. There you go. And if we want this to look like this metal is sticking out a bit from that, then we'll just draw a line there and do a squiggle. That's kind of like a quick shadow there. Darken it underneath where it's getting less light. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, no, but actually before I draw the others, let's draw the start of the next one, because I want to show you from here, how do we connect them together? Well, you'll need to draw a piece of metal that comes out here and a piece of metal on the next one. You're going to need to run a pin right down through those and a little retainer to stop the pin falling through the holes. All right, I'm going to jump ahead and finish these ones and I'll catch you in a sec. Next I'm going to colour in the railway tracks. Probably best to use a ruler for this, and make sure your pencil is nice and blunt. So straight line, just to make it interesting, leave a little gap somewhere, leave a little space and pick it up there. Things look boring if they're coloured in evenly all over. It's the differences that might kind of make it visually more interesting. I've got my little foot here I've forgotten to colour in, so let's do that. And our linkage, also called a connecting rod. This wheel with an offset linkage like this is called a crank, and the shaft that it's on just here is called the crank shaft. To make it lighter, sometimes engineers drill holes in heavy things like that, so there's not so much weight flying around. There we go. So look, you guys can, that's the basic drawing finished, and if you want to add some detail, then go right ahead. For instance, what's supporting this? Is it just hanging in the air? Let's draw a piece of metal behind it, like this. There it is. And that piece of metal could be bolted to a support here. Just put some slots in that. There we go. Now, if you were to colour that, let's just do it roughly like that. All right, if you want to make this look like it's on top of that one, then add some shadow behind it. Now it looks like it's kind of overlapping, same as this. If you want that piece to come towards you, then just add a little dark line in behind it. Fade it out like that. And always darken in your cutting line. That's the very outside line of your shapes. Let's power up this. Let's draw an electric motor here with a pulley driving down onto there. Let's draw a base plate that's attached to, and bolt it to the wall there. Electric motors always have little cooling fins around the outside. Done. Now, if you don't know what an electric motor looks like, it doesn't matter. Just draw a circle with some bumps. Who's going to know the difference? There we go. I'll just darken in my little belt. And there we go. So you can get carried away. I hope you really enjoy this tutorial. Please, someone write in and let me know if you enjoy me drawing in pen, blue in colour, blue or black. Give us a hoy. Let's just support that. There we go. I'm going to stop now because I'm going to get carried away. Thanks for watching. I'm Mr. Lawrence. Bye.